The Dallas Cowboys fall to the Philadelphia Eagles 28-23 in what we will remember as a classic from both of these rivals. But for Dallas, it's probably going to be a remembrance of lost opportunities to seal a game that meant so much for their playoff hopes. So let's just talk about the Cowboys versus Eagles. First off, let's give a little bit of credit where credit is due. I thought that the Cowboys came in with a very good offensive plan. They didn't run the ball all that well, and I wasn't expecting them to. But what they did do is attack a very, in my opinion, weak Eagles secondary. On the day, Dak had 374 yards and 3 touchdowns. His number one wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, had 11 catches for 191 yards. Tolbert, Turpin, and Ferguson all had touchdowns in this game. And I do have to say, shout out to Jalen Tolbert. I thought he played extremely well. But along with him, I thought that Dak and Steedy did as well. I thought coming into this game when I made my preview that this was the way that you win. And man, were they so painfully close to doing so. The Cowboys outgained Philadelphia 406 yards to 292 yards on offense. They had more passing yards and more yards per play. But what we will talk about is that Dallas didn't protect as well as Philly. The offensive line gave up 5 total sacks, one that cost Dallas the game. Like I said, we'll talk about it. Overall, aside from the time management stuff from Mike McCarthy, I thought that the Cowboys offense looked like we needed it to if they wanted to win this game. Dak had to have a big day, CD had to have a big day, the tight ends got involved, and Turpin got a touchdown as well. If you would have gave me these stat lines at the end of the game, I would say there was a pretty good chance that the Cowboys won. But as we all know, that didn't happen. On the other side, I thought that the Cowboys defense was all right. They didn't really make those big splashy plays that we've seen in weeks past, but they did give up a few explosive plays. For a defensive unit that likes to call themselves elite, this isn't really the performance that you want to see, even against a good offense like Philadelphia. The Eagles had 100 yards on the ground, 183 yards through the air, and averaged 4.9 yards per play. Cowboys defense also got 3 sacks. Just never felt like they could string together plays to really take this game over like we've seen them do in the past. They gave up 28 total points, which I gotta say is not great. But what I really want to talk about in this video is the final sequence of plays and how it just ruined the Cowboys' chances of winning this game. So after the Cowboys got the ball back with just over a minute left in the fourth quarter, they drove the ball down the field, some Philadelphia Eagles penalties, a CeeDee Lamb catch. They found themselves at 1st and 6 with, I believe, 35 seconds left, somewhere in there. I can't remember. So they get the false start and it moves them back to 1st and 11. I'm going to put it up on the screen. A lot of people are going to blame that final sequence on Dak for him taking that sack. But if you look at this final diagram of the play, you'll see that no one's open. Based on the routes that the Cowboys are running right here, there's nowhere to go with this ball. And for Terrence Steele, he got beat so bad that Dak wouldn't have had a chance anyway. My guess on this play is that the Cowboys wanted Gallup to take Bradbury out, clear him out of that space, and then Kevontae Turpin against this linebacker number 52 at the pylon. I think that's what they wanted to do. And based on how this is right now, Turpin has the most space of any wide receiver on the field, and I do think it would have worked. But the only problem is Terrence Steele got beat so bad, you didn't have a chance at it. And this is on 1st and 11. So the Cowboys go from 1st and 6 to that sack right there. And then from there, it's 2 Hail Mary attempts. That's what lost them that game. They had the perfect opportunity to score from the 6-yard line. Instead, you get a false start, 1st and 11, you take a sack, and then next thing you know, you're throwing 2 Hail Marys because you don't have any more timeouts to try and win the game. How it went from that and how it escalated that quickly blows my mind. I thought both sides played fairly well with the offense carrying most of the load. In that final sequence of plays, they had the chance to do it. But before this play happened, it's really just a game of mere inches. And that's what we would have been making the video on. The Schoonmaker catch at the goal line where he was this close to scoring a touchdown. And then the Dak 2-point conversion where he was about this close to converting on 2 points, and then you would have been down 3. I thought that the Cowboys had plenty of chance to win this one tonight. Ultimately, they didn't get it done. But I do want you to comment down below. What were your thoughts on this Cowboys loss? What do they need to fix? Let all your frustrations out down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. There'll be more Cowboys videos coming this week. I love you all. Bye.